Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Crafts with DM. I am Nick, DM of Wayward Swords Podcast, and today we're going to be doing base coating of our mini here that we got from Loot Studios. This is a 75mm of Johnny Trinity. It's beautiful, great sculpt, and even the 32 looks amazing. Loot Studios Fantasy Series, $15 a month, great value, and this is from the Welcome Pack, which is even extra minis that you get with your very first month. You'll end up with about 70 minis just for signing up, even more with even cool little minis. Little monsters included, like a couple of different mimics, which is really cute. Now here we're going to be doing the base, and base coats are important, and base coats are typically just sometimes about 3 different colors people will do. I have up to 3. I will do about 3 different colors. This model, there's only 2 colors I really wanted to do, just due to the plans for the colors of the model. And the 2 colors are actually just black and white. And occasionally I'll do gray for certain colors that really need that little bit of, well, nothing added to them, if that makes any sense. So when you do a black base coat, you're definitely going to be making colors that really dark happen. And here with this trench coat, we want to do a burgundy color, and a burgundy is a very deep red. And with that, we want that to be black. His boots, we want to do a black leather, and in order to do that, we need to have a black base coat. Now, I will say, as we kind of look at our mini after this step, some of the colors aren't going to look perfect. Now, and that's because there's about 3 to 4 different steps of painting in the mini, and this is just step 1. Next will be step 2. But here, step 1 is just very simple. Black is when you want deep, rich colors that are on the dark side, so burgundies and things like that on the shadow side of your color wheel. Then we have whites, which are on the tint side. That's where sometimes you're going to want to actually have your skin tone, so you're going to be painting skins white. Here I saw support that I was removing quick before I painted. It's kind of your last stage of, is there anything I missed too when you're doing the base coating. But here in a little bit I'm going to be doing the whites, and the whites are going to be essentially where you can have big color pops. You can have the bright blues, neon greens, your regular good skin tones, anything like that is going to be done in that step. I'm sorry I'm not exactly great at painting on camera yet. I will try and adjust myself and adjust the layout in order to make that better. And I have sped up this footage, and it's one of those things that showing the actual painting of the mini will still take so long, just due to the fact that, minis do take a while to paint. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm going to take a little bit of time now, because I do have the extra time in this video, to just go ahead and say Wayward Swords Podcast is coming out with Season 1. I know it sounds kind of weird. I keep saying I'm already the DM, even though we haven't had a Season 1. It's due to the fact that we actually have recorded a Season 1 that is now going to be listed as Season 0 that I still in the works of editing, but due to, as this episode has suffered from, my depression walls, where I just don't have the energy to actually do anything. That podcast has suffered from that, but it's going to be switching to Session 0, and that is also why, if right now you were to say try and support our channel on Patreon, 25% of any money that you do donate to us on that media will actually be going straight to our friend that we lost in Season 0. He was a great man, and he lost his battle with COVID, and we want to do something to help his family. But with that quickly mentioned, I am going to just go ahead and go quiet here for a little bit, and just let you see that when you're doing the base coat, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to make sure that the places that you want dark are dark, places that you want light are light. So go ahead and have fun with that, and I'll be back in a little bit. So jumping here quite a bit further, and now his hair is actually the one spot that I did think about leaving gray. However, due to the fact that we're going to be doing a salt and pepper to it, it's better off just to start white, so that way we can try and get the blacks into the recesses, get the grays throughout, and then do a nice white dry brush onto that, so that way you get all three colors like our natural in the hair when you do have the salt and pepper going on. But I know this video is quite a bit longer than the first ones. That's what's going to be happening when we do the painting stuff. I will be speeding it up a bit, but at the same time, like it takes time painting things like this. And that's one of the things you gotta remember. You gotta set aside the right amount of time. And sometimes you're not going to be able to paint the whole thing in one time. But that's our first round of base coating all completely finished up. And I do want to keep you in mind that this is a 75mm scale. So it's, I mean, it's quite large in some respects. But it's, you know, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. Then again, we also have done it in the 32, and pretty much the exact same steps. The only difference is where I used a big brush for most of the larger one, you're going to use a small brush for the other part. So, but like I said, my base coats are very simple. It's just those two very simple Walmart bottle paints. Cheap, easy, and works really well for me. Anyways, coming up next, we're going to be actually going about color. And I didn't paint great on camera, but it'll be good.